What did you win this past month? My name's Carolyn, and I'm known as the Contest Queen, and I teach others how to win millions of dollars in cash and prizes. And today is our monthly sweepstakes Q&A. This is where you get to ask me all of your sweepstakes questions, things that you're struggling with, what your winning hurdles are, and I help you overcome them. Right? That's what we do here together. So this month I have a series of questions. I have a few that were pre-sent in. I only had 3 pre-sent in. In the meantime, ask your questions in the comments and I will answer them live if you didn't pre-send in your question. If you have any questions at any time, you can send them to questions at contestqueen.com. I will answer those questions during this live stream, but I only do these once a month. I also will use questions in other videos. I will do them on, TikTok and Reels, and I will even blog some of them. So you don't have to wait a whole month for an answer. Just send in those questions and we will get you winning. We'll overcome those hurdles. So let's go to the first questions while we wait for people to come in. I have now separated some of my teaching into 2 different channels because this is how the business, I know this was coming for a while and I finally did it. So I have Words for Winning, does all the manifestation and woo-woo chats because, and I did always have a piece of that in Contest Queen because one of the questions I always got was, how are you so lucky? And I always believed that part of it was a mindset. Like I thought I was lucky and I believed I was a winner before I was. And so I had a chapter in my book called Attracting Luck, teaching you that you had to go into this believing you were going to win. And then when I was redoing Helene Hatzel's book, she even has a section in her book of a neighbor who was a negative Nilly, and she never won any thing with that attitude either. And she said, she reiterated or had already declared what I was saying. You had to think you were a winner before you were. And so Catherine had sent in this message. Because of Halloween this month, I did my manifesting chat last week. And she writes, I missed the manifestation session. So if it's possible for you to go over the basic principles, I'll be grateful. And one, if you miss something, it's not live and disappears. It stays on YouTube and Facebook, so you can come back and watch on demand anytime. Because these are global platforms, I have viewers and we have club members even at our club meetings from all over the world. I always say we have a time traveler because we have one member that comes to us from Australia. And when we meet in the evening, it's already tomorrow morning for her. So we have someone joining our meetings from the future. It's really fun. So you can, if you're not awake or you're busy, feel free to send in your question and I will answer it. And you can always go back and watch on demand. And one of the really fun things that's happening is that I am currently taking a YouTube course, and you are going to see my YouTube video channel overall improve, and hopefully my videos. Now, the biggest issue I had with these live streams was lighting, and so I bought new lights, but it appears that I'm a little bit green today. So I will have to figure out. The color was perfect. I did all the tests on my phone. I think I should have done the tests with my live stream camera. Perfect on the phone. A little bit green with the live stream camera. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Murphy's Law, right? Okay, so let's read the first question and then I'll come and answer some of the ones that are sent live and we'll go back and forth. So the manifestation that she's talking about is Helene's famous SPEC method. And so I'll break it down really quickly for you. SPEC stands for select it, project it, expect it, collect it. Now, formally, like if you watch the movie The Secret, the whole principle was ask, believe, receive. And what Helene did is she took believe and broke it into 2 parts. Okay. So ask is the same as select it. And make sure it's what you really want, because be careful of what you ask for, because you just might get it. And be specific. Helene was very specific when she wrote out her manifestation questions or her goals in her book. Be specific. The next one is project it. So that's where you're doing, it's up here. This is where I've explained it. It took me a while to actually figure this out because she had no notes on the difference between project it and expect it. And sometimes she uses the word project in her book when she really should be using the word energize. I'll explain in a second. So if you've got the name it and claim it game, you might notice that in the expect section, she uses the word project, but she should have used the word energize. And the problem is sometimes when you're teaching something that you know really well, trying to explain it to somebody else, it's a little bit harder. So projected is up here. It's all mental and it's visualization. That's why vision boards are good. Helene used to do these little cards that she'd put one word for each goal that she wanted, and she'd put it places so she'd remember, oh yeah, I want that. Oh, I see this card over here. Yeah, I want that. She would be really good at the visualizing. So it's all up here. You see yourself having the car, going on the trip, or winning the Super Bowl tickets, or whatever your dream is. New fridge in the kitchen. Could be as simple as movie passes, doesn't matter, whatever it is. And I'm using prizes as an example because, hello, I'm the contest queen, but you can really use this for anything. But of course, hello, let's do it for prizes. So that's where it's select it, project it. Then expect it is down here. It's the feeling. You have to feel like you already have it. This is where people trip it up the most. And so what she used to do is she wouldn't just sit and ruminate it all the time. Anytime that the idea popped into her head, or she had those little cards around her house, she'd go into the fridge and be on the fridge, and she'd, go get some milk for her tea, and she would see the little card. And then she would give it energy. So she would see it, and then she would energize it. Okay. And it would only be for a minute. And then she would go on with her day. She wouldn't just sit there and ruminate on it all the time. And then collect it is watching what you've been dreaming about unfold in 3 dimensions. And always be open to this or anything better. Because honestly, I'm never going to close a door. So I hope that clears it up. Now, if you want to see more of these types of videos where I talk about Helene and the different things, I have a video on her missing chapter. I have a video on her lost tape. I have different things that you might find interesting if you're really interested in Helene Hadsel, because I am now going through her files and I'm pulling things out and I'm sharing them on my Words for Winning, because they don't belong on the Sweepstakes channel. The only crossover is the Name It Claim It game because of the thinking and the prizes, which dovetails into what I teach. But anything else is over on my Words for Winning. And over time, it's going to get more cohesive. We're still working on the site, but we keep updating it all the time and adding new things over there. And so head over there for all your manifestation needs. And I hope that answers Catherine's question. Okay, and now I'll take a question from here. Oh, yes, energize, like Star Trek when they teleport somebody. Very good, because they integrate. And I watched the new series of Star Trek. It's very good. And it turns out it was filmed near me. There was one scene. I think it was episode 4. I just watched them all. I binged it. And there was a ceremony by a fountain / pool. And that's 5 minutes from my house. And I'm watching the show and I'm like, those things look very familiar. And sure enough, it was all filmed around Toronto. The studio is in an hour from me. So that's kind of funny. Oh, we do have our friend from the future. She's here. I was just talking about her. Her ears weren't burning. It's already Halloween there in Australia. Yes, it is Caroline. I love that she comes to, I love that we have time travelers as part of our group. Oh, yes, Cheryl, my win is on its way. One step at a time. Absolutely. How fun. And yes, thank you, Francis, for the gift. I didn't know I could get gifts. Isn't that interesting? 100% agree. Negative thinking or unbelief can hinder our manifestations. Yes. And it's really subtle. It's very subtle sometimes. And even I have trouble sometimes hearing the little voice. Sometimes it's screaming at you. Those are easy. But when it's quiet, that's why I'm also taking the Silva method, because Helene worked with Jose Silva, and I bought the Race to Tag Powell's books, who learned from Jose and was a Silva instructor, and I'm republishing one of his Silva-based books, Can't Teach What You Don't Know. So I'm becoming a Silva instructor to know the stuff inside and out. And meditating is one of the keys to helping you tap into that intuition. I think it's also one of the reasons Helene was really good at winning, because she did tap into that intuition. There's a story in her book about when she and a friend went around to all the local grocery stores doing what I call the locals. So fun. They do not have enough of those anymore. And unfortunately, I think the pandemic knocked that down a bit too. Anyway, they went around, and one of the stores hadn't announced a winner, and her intuition was telling her that the guy was fishy. So, absolutely. Oh, this is so fun. Caroline, her goal is to come from Australia to Las Vegas. So let's all send her some fairy energy, because we would love to have fairy dust. We would love to have her in Las Vegas. We would probably force her up on stage and make her talk. And congratulations on your wins. Every dollar helps. $5 to the supermarket that you're saving can be put into the travel budget. Literally every penny counts. Oh, Heather asked, what's your favorite prize that I've won? I used to say, I used to have a pat answer where it was the most expensive was the trip to the Olympics, and my favorite was the Harry Potter trip to England, and my priceless prize was meeting Sting. But honestly, in the last couple of years, with all the changes that have been going on, I have to say it's my hot tub. I instantly won a hot tub. It's the most expensive instant win I've ever won. And I love that hot tub. It is fantastic. So yeah, so my favorite prize is the hot tub. Don't get me wrong. I love the trips. Give me a trip any day. Win a trip. Yep. Count me in. But yeah, I like it because it's also tangible, and it's there, and I get to use it all the time. The trips have come and gone. But I really love that. Oh, see, okay. Now this is a good point. Bill, who's one of our club members, he went on a cruise, which he didn't win. We don't win everything. And he got a little bit behind in his sweeping because he was enjoying his life. Even though he had the internet, and he was making sure that he checked his winning notifications, because I know Bill, he didn't tell me that, but I know Bill. He would be checking for any win notifications while he's away so he doesn't miss anything. However, when he's having fun and he's going on an excursion, or he's, meeting friends for dinner on the boat, he's not going to worry about sweeping. So he gets a little behind. So what happens is when you take a little bit of a break like that, okay, it's like the sales funnel. So you're constantly putting in sweeps at the top, and then you'll get a steady stream of prizes at the bottom. Some will be big, some will be little, mostly little, medium. You know, you hit the biggies. I always say the little ones keep you going in between the biggies. But then if you stop for a couple weeks filling the funnel, you'll still get wins coming in, but now he's going to start filling the funnel again. So there's going to be kind of like a gap usually. Now, it's not always the case. You know, he could turn around, enter something today, hit an instant prize, boom. Right? So, but generally, this is general, right? It's never 100%. I mean, I know people that on their first sweepstakes, I did an interview with the Sweepstakes sisters. It's way back on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be reorganizing it, but it's a With the Contest Queen episode. And Angela was bugging her sister, come enter the sweepstakes. I think this was 20 years ago now. Her sister's like, fine, I'll enter the sweepstakes. On her first sweepstakes, she won a car and a trip. She won a trip to the Daytona 500 and they presented her with a car that she won. She drove the car home. That's really rare, but it can happen. So don't ever think, well, you know, I'm brand new at this. No. You never know which one is going to hit, and you may or may not end up with the gap. It's just a general rule of thumb. It may not always apply. Just reminding people of that. Oh, Lori won a $30 gift card in local sweeps. Locals. I love locals. And the reason is because you enter in concentric circles. Yes. I've been working on enunciation as I do the Audible books. It's amazing how reading aloud is much different than speaking. And sometimes words have been tripping me up. Concentric circles. So you start small. Think about it. If you're entering in your local area, like Lori did, her odds of winning are going to be far greater because there's going to be a smaller pool of people. And then you go, so think of your city or your region, and then your state or your province, and then your country. So, of course, the smaller the pool, the better your opportunity to win. And you can win some pretty big prizes in your locals. Ooh, somebody won $500 on a $10 scratch off, Michael. Congratulations. Wow. I don't remember if you're in Ontario or not, but they have just re-released those $100 scratch-off tickets. I'm thinking of going and getting one of those just to try. I did it last year. I did not win a big prize. I think I bought 3 tickets and I won $150. So I won half my money back. And, Catherine says, I'm not green. I just have the green banner behind you. So maybe it's my screen. I'll have to go back and look at the video when I'm done, but thanks for all the feedback. Sometimes it helps. Oh, Bill says I look more blue than green. Oh, well. We'll figure it out. We'll learn. Julie says, I won $1,000 from Coors last week and a couple of smaller things. Trying for a cruise. Never been one. Would love to. Thanks for the giveaway. Oh my gosh. $1,000. That's so exciting. Wow. You must have just gone crazy when that email came in, or however they notified you. Oh, here's a good question. I'll answer this question and then I'll go back to the ones that were pre-sent in. How formal should your sweepstakes email be? Can it have numbers and a birthday? Yes. Here's my rule of thumb for email addresses. I just have my name because I started way too long ago, and it was available. But you just don't want anything that's going to give you away as a sweeper. You don't want prize queen 1234 at whatever.com. No. So for example, you could have, April showers, May, or, just some, or you could put, April F, 5, 6, 7, whatever. It just simple, because sometimes the auto completes and the RoboForms can't fill things out. So remember, you're going to be typing it a lot. a lot. So you want to make sure it's short enough that you're not going to make typos and that it's easily identifiable and it's easy to read, because someone may at the other end notifying you may have to manually retype your email. So you don't want them making a mistake and you not getting the notification. Oh, Carolyn said energize or invigorate. Ooh, both good words. Let's see here. Okay. So this is what I was saying about Bill. He just said he was gone for 2 weeks. He came home to some gift cards, a case of Fast Twitch Energy, a travel pillow. Oh, how handy. A food coupon worth $100. I know he has a beautiful pet cat, so that she's going to be the lovely recipient. And a gift box with all of him. Oh, and snacks. What's better than snacks, Bill? Free snacks. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Oh, Melinda says, when I'm going through a dry spell and winning, I go through my home and give thanks for all the things that I've won, like pots and pandas and candles. There's quite a bit of stuff. And it lifts my spirits. Who knows what I might win soon? Oh my gosh, that is such a good idea. I'm gonna do a blog on that. I'm gonna give you credit for that idea. That is a fantastic idea, Melinda. Yes, it's always good to be grateful for what we have. And it's amazing how that gratitude brings you more. There's actually supposedly scientific proof on how that works, but I just, if you feel it here, you can kind of know it works. Now, Deborah wanted to know, what's the best way of keeping track of your wins? And I loved this question so much that I actually based my next newsletter on it. So I'm going to give you the answer that you're going to find in the newsletter. Oops, spoiler alert. So there's 2 ways you're going to track your wins. Any email notifications, and usually there's an email somewhere. Like even if you get phoned, they're going to email you a release. If you win on social media, a lot of times they ask for your email or email us at this address, and then you contact them via email. There's usually some kind of email somewhere in there. I have a folder called wins. And every time I get a winning notification, I put it in there. Because if I need to go back and track something down, I have the email address. Sometimes you even have more information. Sometimes you'll have the person's full name, not just like winning team at this sponsor. You'll have a person's specific name. You might even have the company address. You might even have their direct phone number. It's always good to keep all those emails in case you have to go chase a prize, or it seems to be taking inordinately long. Oh, that one doesn't want to come out. I can almost hear Alex. He's my sound engineer / producer for the Audible books. He'd be rolling as I'm in the sound booth. So that's one way to track your wins. The second way to track your wins is I keep a spreadsheet. And if you go to my 5 steps to begin winning, on the bottom of the first step, you can download a spreadsheet. It's dated this year, of course. I usually don't update it till, sometime in December for next year. So you can go and download it. And then it is just an Excel spreadsheet. You can always copy it and update it yourself for next year. It's not really proprietary. I do leave 15 spaces for each month because you want to tell the universe, you need to fill this up with prizes. Lots of prizes, right? And then you can always add in lines if you need to. And I've done that in the past where we've won a lot of little instant prizes. There was one month where we won all these free music downloads and I had to keep lowering it because we kept winning all these fun little things. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, you can add lines in. And then what you're going to do is you're putting in the date, what you won, who you won it from, what it's worth. And this is important because then when you see the value of the stuff you win, because you think, well, I didn't win very much. And then you go through the spreadsheet and you are shocked at how much you actually won. You're like, wow, I won a lot of stuff. Why was I feeling so down? Just like Melinda goes through her house and thanks all the things that she won. It's a similar kind of thing. Then I have a line saying that you got it or not. So then if you look and you're like, it's been 2 months and I haven't seen that prize yet. Maybe I'll send an email to the person to see where the prize is. Hey, I'm just curious. I always approach it very nicely. All these giveaways are run by humans. So there could be, human error, or they're in the middle of waiting for things from other people, to come in so then they can resend it out. So I'm always like, hey, I won this prize. I'm so excited. I'm just curious. What's the ETA? Usually they're very nice and they'll answer you back. And you usually get it pretty quick. So those are the 2 ways that you are going to track your wins. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we have a $50 gift card. Congratulations on winning that. Oh, Melinda said she meant pots and pans, not pandas. You know what? I have 1 stuffies that are still in my daughter's room. She just never got rid of them. She loved them. Oh, Catherine, yummy. $100 at Mr. Puff's Donuts. Those things are so good. I was at a birthday party and someone brought them for the birthday girl and brought a huge tray for everybody to try. They were delicious. Oh, this is hilarious. My first one was a pair of men's pants. I sold them at a swap meet. Yes, I've had that question. And Helene actually even answers it in her book too. Can you sell your prizes? Yes. Once it's yours, you can do what you wish with it. You can gift it. You can trade it. You can use it as a gift. You can sell it. You can do whatever you wish with it. My personal preference is to always just enter for what I want to win. But sometimes if you're entering for a big prize and you win a secondary prize, so I either gift it. So I try to use it, or I gift it. Occasionally I have sold prizes. It's not often, very few, as a matter of fact, but it's never zero. Well, congratulations, Amy. A duffel bag worth $550. That is amazing. Oh, Kathy says we bought 10 of those $100 lottery tickets last Christmas for gifts, and 4 of them won $100. Yeah, there's also, if people aren't living in our area, there's also $1 million draw at the end, and they give away 25, or maybe it was like 40 prizes of $1 million. Okay, this is a fun prize. She got a case of pork rinds, Michelle. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to go back a little bit to Helene here as I go down the questions. Do you only have to do the spec method once a day? No, it depends on what you're wanting to manifest and how often. Like Helene would select it once, and then she would write out her goals. And then whenever she would see them, she would just project once a day, a couple times a day. She said whenever it came to mind. So that sounds like multiple times a day. She didn't specify. And then she would just let it go and go on with her life. And then follow your instincts. So for example, if you're using it to apply for a job and you're putting it out there and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, I should check this specific company because I wanted to work there. Maybe they have an opening. Yep. Follow your gut and go apply, go check. Oh, this is a good one. Josh says, is there really a best time of day to enter instant wins? Yes and no. Don't you love those answers? Okay. Statistically, entering in the middle of the night when less people are entering is going to garner you an instant win. But some of my best instant wins have been in the middle of the day. So I have a big bump box, 11:30 in the morning. My favorite Monster headset, 10 o'clock in the morning. My hot tub was 6:30 in the morning. I won. I just did a little video on this. It's pretty funny. In the middle of the afternoon, I don't even know what time it was, maybe 4 o'clock. I had seen a sweepstakes that has been going for a while, because one of the things I did was I decided, normally I write a book or two a year or every 2 years. And I decided I was going to challenge myself and I was going to publish a book a month in different formats. A little bit crazy. by December 31st, I would have accomplished 4 out of the 5 goals. So one Audible book is already out. The next one will be out next month. I already have one of the books out in Spanish, and I'm going to be finished prizes everywhere. Pretty good. But because of that, I haven't been sweeping very much. So I'm just catching up because I need to be writing prizes everywhere. I need some things to screenshot. And if I'm not sweeping, I can't do the screenshots. So I'm working on catching up right now. So I saw this one for Monster energy drinks. You can win a trip to New York, go to a UFC fight. That would be fun. Not usually my cup of tea, but I love winning experiences, that things I would never normally do because, it's just interesting. Anyway, they had, if you entered a code, you could enter to win one of 2 different instant prizes. One looked like swag, like a hat and a shirt, and the other one looked like 2 little speakers. The pictures were very dark, and I didn't do what I didn't do what I tell everybody to do. My number 1 tip is what? Do I hear it from anybody in there? Read the rules. I didn't read the rules first. I knew it was on right now. I knew I was eligible. So I just entered the code and I instantly won. And then I thought, what did I actually win? So I went and read the rules. I was like, because the picture was small and it was extremely dark. It was like black on black. They're UFC fighting gloves. So if you go to the gym and punch the bag or spar with someone, you need the gloves. And then I got a $50 UFC gift card. And I thought they were speakers from the picture. I thought it was like a little set of portable speakers, like you give one to your friend or something. I don't know. Anyway, I just had to laugh that I didn't take my own advice. And then I won. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon. I instantly won. So you can really win any time of day. You just, statistically, your odds are better in the middle of the night. But then you also have to read the rules because some of them have daily prizing. Well, the computers, how the computers work when they schedule these things is how they'll schedule the computer. So I'm the sponsor and I'm scheduling the computer and I say, okay, I have this many prizes to be given out between this date and this date. And there has to be one a day. And then the computer randomizes it. So some might be like in the 11th hour, 11:30 at night. That might be the time for the daily prize. So you don't know. You could win at any time. So my thing is just get your entries in because you can't win if you don't enter. Hence the name of my first book. No, the other way. Okay. Let's go down and answer some more questions. I took the Silva method years ago, basic and advanced with Laura Silver. Wow. I need to dig out my booklets and training materials. Yes, I just set up a whole Silva training session about a binder. I ended up printing out all the books because I didn't want to write in the manuals I got to take the course. I don't want to muck them up. So I printed out a second set so I could write and make notes and things. And it's very exciting. Wow. Okay, Josh wants to know, will win notifications normally have something indicating you won in the subject line? I'm getting so much email now, it's hard to sort through it. Okay, so there's a couple things there we're going to help you fix. One, yes, usually there is. Sometimes it's just about the sweepstakes. There's a lot of different words you can search for, but the main 2 are going to be winner and congratulations or congrats in the search bar of your email. And that's going to help funnel that out. The second thing you're going to want to do is start unsubscribing unless you are getting extra entries for subscribing, or the sponsor has frequent giveaways within those emails, or you had to sign up to win from their newsletter. Every like 30 days or so, start to do a purge. Tom Cavalli had some great advice once, and I love to pass it on. Especially like in January when everybody's like, everybody wants to get fit and slim. And he said, well, slim down your emails. So do, 10 a day, unsubscribe from 10 a day, every day for 30 days. And imagine it'll just, your emails will come right down. You'll slim them down. So that's what I would do. Ooh, the company indicated they mailed it to the old address. Should I just let it go without pursuing it any further? Well, if it was a tiny prize, I would let it go. If it was, I hope you mean like actually mailed it to your old physical address. If you're not too far, maybe you can go and talk to those people. I don't know if the mail forwarding applies to packages. Anyway, we'll see what, yeah, that one's a toughie. What I did before I moved was I left a bottle of wine and a bunch of takeout things and some, a corkscrew and some glasses and stuff and a note saying, welcome to your new home. And oh, by the way, here's my card if anything shows up randomly for me, because I've tried to forward everything, but I couldn't. And yeah, I did go and pick up some packages at one point because they were like, oh, she's so wonderful. Wine is great. Nobody's ever kept stuff from me because of that. I even had a client, the last place I moved out of, I had a client mail a check to the wrong place. And the lady rang me and said, I think you have something here. She was so nice. So yeah, a bottle of wine goes a long way when you're moving. Just a tip. And yeah, do pay for the mail forwarding. It's kind of important when you're a sweeper. Yeah, it depends on the prize. If it was something like really small, then yeah, I would just let it go. But if it was big, I'd be chasing it down and maybe even going to your old place and asking if this package showed up. Oh, this is interesting. I've been seeing people that had won them. Who else won the Snoop Dogg bobblehead? And if you've sold it on eBay and for how much? Okay, everyone can go answer Michael. A lot of companies put it in the affidavit. You can't trade or sell it. Well, I think you can give it an amount of time. Like what happens in a year from now, if that's in the affidavit and you sell it in a year from now, they can't chase down everything. And the eBay's pretty big, but they, you put it in your local buy and sell group. They're not going to chase down every prize all over the country, all over the internet. Yeah. So we need an I win Tom method for winning. Well, what's funny? He did a video. I just love Tom. He's so funny. He says he doesn't believe in any of the law of attraction woo-woo stuff. And he did a video I saw it on TikTok. I think he also put it on Instagram. And he was on a cruise to Alaska. No, he didn't win it. He went with friends. Again, we all don't win everything. And he said, I don't believe in that law of attraction stuff. What I do is I focus on what I want to win and I go after it. And I just started laughing because that's what manifestation is. That's what the law of attraction is. He does it. He's just so natural at it. This is what Helene was doing. She was so natural at winning that she just made it look so easy. Like it just was her natural state of being. And it's his natural state of being. And he doesn't even know it. And I just chuckle because he's doing it and he doesn't even know it. Right? It's literally his vibration. He's literally vibrating win all the time. The law of winning. That's what we're going to call it. The law of winning. That's Tom Cavalli's natural state of being. Which is why he wins. And then people sometimes give him more energy because they're like, oh, well, he always wins. Helene had a story like that. She went to a Christmas party and everyone said, oh, the Hadsels are here. We're not going to win. Everybody at the party just instantly handed them their winning energy. And of course, then they won. And the same thing with Tom. People say, oh, Tom's here. We're not going to win. He wins. Same thing, the exact same thing. What's the best way to find instant wins? Instant prizes in sweepstakes with instant win components. Funny enough, that's a question I'm also answering in the newsletter that's going out. Spoiler alert. They're usually part of a sweepstakes. There's not too many sweepstakes that only offer instant prizes. A lot of them have instant winning as a component. But the best way is when you're using your favorite sweepstakes site or sweepstakes aggregate, there's usually a search bar, and just type in the word instant and they will all come up. And then you can go through them and see if you're eligible. That's the best way to do it. Oh, Catherine, congratulations. She says, great show. Thank you. $500 marathon gas card. Oh, that'll get you a gallon of gas. I just spent the last $29 today, probably a thimble. Gas prices are crazy. It was a daily entry and I only entered one time. Yes, it only takes one to win. This is what I tell people all the time. And I love it when there is proof that it's not just me saying stuff, that it actually happens. Oh, Kathy said she saw my video. Yeah. Maybe I'll find someone at the gym. Melinda says I did the same thing. Saw a picture of a first aid bag with first aid products. Thought it was for the products. It was for a first aid course. Now I'm getting my certification. That's very funny. Yes. Yeah, I think it depends on first class and priority mail. That's what I thought. And then mail forwarding depends on the endorsement on the package. Yeah, it just depends. Where I live, you have to check with your local post office. Again, I'm saying this because I have viewers from all over the world. Every postal service may be different. Mine was not packages. And so leaving, like I said, I left wine and a card with a note, a nice note saying, welcome to the house. Hope you're as happy as we were. Da, 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 da. Oh, by the way, if anything shows up, just call me. I'll come get it. This one wasn't so bad because I moved like 15 minutes away, but the previous one was an hour away and I drove an hour to go get stuff because, let's see. Oh no, I've spent $400. I hope that's $400 in stamps, but I'm not sure the mail lady takes it every day. My free codes are coming, but no wins. You know what you can do? You can do a test. If you have a best friend in the area or a relative that you trust with mail, switch your address for a little while you're entering and see if things change. Or you get a P.O. box and start using that now. Some sweepstakes say no P.O. boxes, but if you go to the UPS store and get a box, you just put the street address. So you put your name, the street address, number sign, and then the box number. They just automatically assume it's an apartment or a suite. So put number, and then the city. And then if packages come to UPS, they sign for them. Whether it be mail, FedEx, UPS, whatever comes there, they'll sign for it. And if it's too big to fit in the box, you'll get a card, just like at the post office. But it doesn't look like a box because it's, 123 Main Street, number 1020, anywhere USA. So companies will just assume it's an apartment. Oh no, mailed the maximum, 2 wins. Anyway, I hope that advice helps somebody. You can try that. Oh, Michael says, I forgot about this. Has a section on instant wins, but not every site does. So if you do use the search, you will definitely find the instant wins. Okay, so let's go back to the questions. The last one I had was from Aurora. I had this problem, so I had to get a second email address for doing this. I recently got a new email address. It's with yahoo.com. I entered a contest and received a message, invalid email was detected. I double checked the email address and it was correct. I also sent myself emails to the new address and it was correct. I tried entering at yahoo.com and also ymail, and the same message keeps coming up. I ended up using this email address. I won't give that out. And it worked. Any idea why? There's something about Yahoo, maybe because it's so old now compared to other ones. I know working with some of my marketing clients, people that are still using Hotmail, I know that if we send them replies, so if they email customer service and ask for help and we email them back, they don't get the emails because Hotmail blocks us, which is ridiculous because it's a business. There's something about sometimes these old ones. Oh, Deborah answered right as I was talking. Yeah, Hotmail too. You may just want to, your email is Gmail, but I really prefer the Yahoo layout versus the Gmail layout. So there's something called myyahoo.com. So I set up a second email address under myyahoo.com for any of the ones that cause trouble. And that one, for some reason, seems to work. I'm not sure why. I have no answer for that. And yeah, but I didn't want to have the second email always going. It's too much to try and track. You think it's, cleaning out one email box. You don't want to. So, oh yeah, some are not taking free, only paid for email accounts. Oh, Gmail has worked for me. Yeah. It seems to be the best one for a lot of things. So maybe set a second one up on Gmail and slowly port things over. So the ones you're entering now, the last time I did a full port of my email, it took me 6 months to finally stop getting any email at that address and then have it all in the new address. So it does take time. So don't shut anything down. And you still have to be checking both every day. So it just makes it a little crazy as you try and do that. April wants to know if it's saved on YouTube. Yes, all my Q&As. And actually, one of the things that I'll be doing this week is cleaning up my YouTube channel as part of taking the YouTube course. I'm going to reorganize my YouTube channel and sort that out and see if I can't get it a little more streamlined. And one of the new things I'm doing, so you can start sending me your questions and I'll be using them. It's kind of exciting. I'm going to start a series on direct sweepstakes questions. I used to do this a long time ago and I stopped, and it turned out that I was on the right track and I should have kept it up. But one of the very first things I learned in the course is answer specific questions. And what do I get? A lot of very specific questions. So I'll be going around and setting things up and answering a lot of the very popular sweepstakes questions I get. And not only here, because it's fun. Like I won't stop doing these because I love the community aspect of the hobby, which was a real surprise because when I first started entering, it was very like a lone hobby. And then I met some people online in some of the chat groups and things. But it wasn't until I went to my first sweepstakes convention in 2005 that I was like blown away by the whole community. And there's still tickets available, I believe, for Las Vegas. So if you have the time and the means, I highly recommend attending a sweepstakes convention. The next one is August, I believe, I'm going off the top of my head, 1st to 4th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah. And if you go to my sweepstakes resources and click on, meet fellow sweepers, and you can click on conventions, all the details are there. It's a link and everything. It's very exciting. Oh, yeah. Go back to this. Aurora says, wasn't Gmail giving a problem? Something of people not getting their emails. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can even use your service provider. But the problem is if you change service providers, then you lose it. That's why one of the free ones is good. I don't think there's a solid answer for this. I use Yahoo. I have George on Gmail. I just do the searches for all of them. It's the best we can hope for. It really is. Oh no. Deborah says, I'm new 55 above active community. Want me to a club, and I'm scared to, though. A sweepstakes club? What kind of club? Yeah, I'm in the 55 and over. Who knew, right? That's just a crazy number. That doesn't seem to make any sense. My dad always said that. He looks in the mirror and wonders who that old guy is looking back at him. Oh, sweeps club. Oh, you should do it. Oh, Amy says she's going to the convention, but not going to the banquet or the after party. That's okay. I'm not going to the after party either, but it's Las Vegas. You can make your own after party. And it's fun. You just got to go through life and try different things and have fun. And that's why we're here. And that's one of the reasons we participate in the best hobby in the world, because crazy things happen and you go on these adventures and you meet amazing people and you never know what you're going to win. Like now I have UFC Glasgow. Wait, like where else would you just have that fun? So I'm going to wrap it up. If you go on Facebook, now this is the other thing I'm going to do. I've been thinking about this because it's been bothering me, and I think I finally came up with a solution. I can do draws from Facebook comments when I do these live streams, but I can't draw from comments done in the live chat on YouTube. I can only draw from comments, which means that I have to tell everyone to go over Facebook to win a prize whenever I do one of these live streams. Of course, I have to have prizes. I'm the contest queen, right? Hello. But I want to grow the YouTube channel, which means I don't want to isolate or ostracize, or is that the right word? Any of the YouTube viewers. So I've thought of a way that I'm going to use a widget and I'll put it in. And what I'll do is it'll give everyone a chance to go and enter from the widget, whether they're on YouTube or Facebook. It'll just take you to a straight up sweepstakes landing page, and you can just enter to win my prize there. So I only came up with that solution today, and it was not fair to the people that had already been participating in this month's contest. We're going to try it for next month, and we're going to see how that goes, because that way it gives everybody who's watching on, no matter where you're watching from, an even chance to win. But of course, I'm all about that. I want to maximize the odds for everybody. But of course, I'm the one behind the scenes trying to figure out how to do that fairly. And so I think I came up with a solution for that. So for this month, if you want to be entered to win any of the prizes, just go to my Facebook and just even leave one comment there to win a prize. And then next month, we're going to try the widget method. We're going to do an experiment. We're going to see if it works, if people like it. And if that is a hit, that's what we're going to keep doing, because I want to give everybody a chance to win, no matter where you're watching me. And then also, I don't do it just on while you're live, because not everybody can come live. Then if you watch it on demand, I give a week for people to, just like I do now, to comment. So if you watch on demand. So I think that's more fair, and it gives everybody an even chance to win. So I hope that is something that's going to be a hit. Yeah, see, this is my problem, right, Michelle? Right here, I'm not on Facebook. So I think that is exactly why I've been muddling how to fix this problem and get it get it even for everybody, because I'm also relying on I'm also about fair draws, not just random picking, something. And currently all the sweepstakes widgets or comment picking tools, none of them do the YouTube chats. They only do comments. And so I was trying to find a solution around that, and I think I found one. So if I use a widget, an actual drawing widget versus a comment picker, then anybody who has access to the URL can go and enter. And then it already has a random draw activator. I don't know, what is it? A calculator in it. So then I can just go and randomly draw a winner. I love doing that. It's much easier. And I think that's going to probably do a giveaway for each platform. I did try that in the past and it did not work very well. Yeah, that didn't work either. I had tried that. This is why I've come up with this widget way, because yeah. And next time we're going to have the color fixed. So it's good for the phone. It's not good for YouTube yet. So now I have to figure out this. We'll get there. But that's the fun of life, right? And I'll talk to you guys next time. If you have any questions in the meantime, of course, it's questions@contestqueen.com. And I can't forget, as a budding YouTuber, medium budding, smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you never miss a single post. How's that? People usually say that really early in the stream, but not me today. Okay, so that's how we're going to sign off. So have a winning month, and keep your eye out for the unboxing of that crazy prize I won today.